Hello and welcome to Realtor Rentals. I'm Susie Rogers here with my husband David Williams. We're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee. Glad to see everybody back this week. I had a good week last week. I told you last week that I had never had a funnel cake and can't remember if I'd ever had a candy apple. Well, I think it was Tuesday last week. I saw Sarah Johnson at the door. I hadn't seen Sarah in a long time. She's a friend of mine, and she had food with her, and I thought, what's going on? And Sarah came in and she said, Susie, you know Barry Mooneyham? I said, yeah. She said, well, he saw on Realtor Rentals that you had never had a funnel cake and didn't know about the candy apple, and he wanted you to have one. And about the time she laid it on the counter, Barry called me, and it was delicious. I don't know what booth you got it at, Sarah, but it was delicious. And we hope everybody had a great time at the fair last week.
Yeah, I know in the past they've always done it like the 4-H club's done funnel cakes and stuff close to the grandstand, but who knows? I'm sure there's more than one place out there to get them.
I guess so. And I was even so impressed. I went on the internet, and you know me, I'm not a huge internet looker-upper, but they're fairly simple to make at home. I was surprised. It was basically you make sort of like a cake mix batter and then fry it in some oil and then sprinkle it with whatever you want on the top, and there you go, funnel cake.
Yeah, but there's just something special about getting them at the fair or these fall events.
Oh, it's that smell. You always smell them at the fair. Them and elephant ears. I've never had an elephant ear either, but Barry told me they're not a lot of difference in them.
Okay, but we hope that people did have a great time. I know our supporting cast here at Ben Lomond's all wore out from having to be out there.
Oh, yeah.
Because they did a fantastic job filming most of the events there at the fairgrounds.
And those pageants, that must have been just, because there was a lot of young ladies that came out for the pageants this year.
There was, and by the time they come out once and they turn around and they come out again as they keep going down and stuff, there was a lot of work and a lot of hours of film time there.
Sure were.
So, and then of course they're airing it on Ben Lomond where people can re-see it, and and I know White County's has been airing too. So, but hey, we just really appreciate everybody here at Ben Lomond and their extra efforts for the fairs in the Upper Cumberland.
That's true.
But needless to say, we got sort of an unusual show today.
Well, we do, but tell them about whose birthday it was last week.
Oh, in the past, we did a special tribute to Scooby-Doo whenever his birthday was. Well, last week it was his birthday of how many years?
74 years it aired. The first time it aired was September the 13th, 1969.
So, so Scooby's been in our life for a long, long time. And, it's amazing how many of our cartoon characters are celebrating birthdays and stuff of several years now.
That's true.
Now they've maybe changed the drawings and stuff like that, but
the voices have changed.
But, unfortunately, like for a lot of our Looney Tunes, our original voice creators are no longer with us.
That's true.
But, so I'm always a big Scooby-Doo fan, and I think he's even got a new movie getting ready to come out.
Yeah, just here in another week or so.
Right, and, of course.
I've already got orders for it.
So, and of course, they did that little Darla,
Daphne
movie, thing on.
And Thelma.
Yeah. So they sort of messed with me on that, but I just like the plain old Scooby-Doo. No Scrappy, none of that.
No, a pup named Scooby-Doo. I don't really care for him.
But he had to grow up, though.
He did.
And needless to say, Casey Kasem did a wonderful voice when he was with us. So
Rob Lowe did a pretty good job for a while.
Yeah. Hey, Rob's still got a lot of time he can help out with.
That's right.
But
our unusual show for today.
Yes, we've got a pretty big variety of movies. A lot of them is going to be things that you've not heard anything about, but they've got some really good acting in them.
That's true. Some good star power. But we're sort of limited because really we didn't have that many movies released to theater as we have in the past. So Kelvin, our fearless leader, suggested that we insert a one that we really like, an older movie, and so we've done that today,
That's
haven't we?
right.
So
And we hope they enjoy it.
we hope, because we really enjoyed this movie. So let's take a look at our first movie for today. Our first trailer for today is God is a Bullet.
Hello? I think I know who took your daughter.
She was in a cult, for Christ's sake. You really think this person is trustworthy? I lost my wife. I lost my daughter!
Forget about the authorities tracking your daughter down. If you want her back, you gotta get her yourself.
Where's my daughter? She was alive 2 weeks ago.
If she had to go through what I did when they took me, it would be like nothing you can imagine.
You up? You didn't say anything about tattoos.
Imagine if I showed up at your little church looking like this.
Really shouldn't be following us, man. Stupid. Now you're gonna show the ladies some respect.
They bring children here. In the end, they're killed. They keep some like me.
Let's send Cyrus a message. You got a death wish? Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter?
You're crossing over.
You better watch yourself. I've tasted a lot of blood lately, and I'm not sure I got a full stomach yet.
Dad, kill them. Kill all of them.
I am my freedom! I wear it!
Take a look. This is God.
That was a trailer for God is a Bullet, rated R, from Decal Entertainment. This stars Nikolai Costner Waldau and Jamie Foxx. First thing I've seen Jamie Foxx in for a while, but this is a movie you're seeing this storyline coming up in a lot of movies today.
Really, they are working this storyline a lot. You know, it almost goes back to the Nicolas Cage Race with the Devil.
Drive Angry.
Drive Angry. There we go.
But this one's rougher than Drive Angry.
Yeah,
Ever thought about
this
that?
goes to a little different level, and it's sort of the story sort of splits there. But you know, there is a lot of evil, and there's a lot of occult stuff going on, and things of that nature. There's a lot of child trafficking, you know, but a lot of them, you know, it sort of falls into a little bit like taking the special skills that Daddy has. And now the first of it almost had sort of a little bit of a feel of the original Death Wish on the home invasion and the things of that nature. And then the abduction of the daughter. And now the Jamie Foxx character, he had a sort of an unusual twist in this movie.
Oh, he did. He had that thing that goes on where you have the white spots.
Yeah, and you know, and of course he's a tattoo artist that sort of was, I guess, marking most of these people in this group. And, but you know something, it falls into it. A Daddy Scorn is not somebody that you want to mess with. You know, I've always heard in the past, you know, hey, you can mess with me, but if you mess with my daughter, it's a different world, or my kids, you know. And then whenever that part in it where she looks over and says, Daddy, kill them all.
Right.
You know, it was, and then, you know, the young lady that was his helper in this thing.
Well, she's the only one that has ever survived and got away from this group of men. So
And needless to say, now she's one tough cookie.
she is a tough cookie.
And you know, we reviewed one of her earlier movies back earlier this year, The Watcher.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, if you look at the two of them, you're almost like you're looking at two different people, but she did a really good job. You know, Jamie Foxx's part was sort of small in this movie. And, you know, of course, this was before he got sick and stuff this year. So, but during the pandemic, you only had limited movies being filmed. And so, hey, if you wanted to work, you took some of these that was like this movie,
A little
not
smaller,
as heard about, well heard. And the streaming world is getting a lot of movies direct to streaming now.
That's very true.
And that's why you're starting to see us reaching out to some of the foreign countries to bring in some movies because they're releasing them over there and they're not here for some reason. But that's another battle that I'll talk about later.
We'll fight that battle another day.
That's right.
All right, let's take a look at our second movie. It was an exciting movie, had a little bit of humor in it. Let's take a look at the trailer for The Collective.
Say hello to the newest member of the Collective. May the privilege fall. That's code. Don't forget it.
The CIA have a list of enemies they consider untouchable.
Take a look at that file.
Miro Lundell, notorious human trafficking kingpin, basically untouchable.
So is he?
Can I come in? I'm new.
I don't know you.
What do you want to know? Work for the DA. You watch enough guilty people walk free, and eventually you want to go out there and take care of them yourself.
The Collective are getting close to finding us.
Want the Collective dead. Dead.
Found him. I'll send some guys.
We speak for the innocent. Judge, jury, and executioner.
Let's make him fall.
We have a problem.
That's well done.
We're in a league of our own.
You blew up my house, Sam.
It happens.
That was a trailer for The Collective, rated R, from Quiver Films. This stars Lucas Till, Ruby Rose, and Don Johnson in her lead roles. And this is another one that we've seen parts of this movie before, and I think we're seeing a lot of these because I don't know if we got any really good writers left out there, do you?
Evidently not, and the ones that are sort of trying to establish where they're going to get paid from this streaming world.
Well, that's true.
You know, we got to thank Scarlett Johansson for bringing that information to light with the Black Widow. But The Collective, you know, a group of individuals that sort of does the job that the FBI and the CIA does not.
And not complete.
And it's nice seeing Don Johnson. And of course, now a lot of the roles he does is not as much on screen time, but still plays a well done role. He don't normally just get any and everything that comes out, so.
Well, they don't try to play him off as being younger than what he is. He plays his age. He's the leader of this group, The Collective, and he's reached that point. I guess sort of like Sylvester Stallone will someday in The Expendables, that, you know, he's just the top man on the totem pole handing out assignments.
Yeah, and you know, this one here involves, like in the Expendables did, all of a sudden we got to bring in some new recruits and things because people starting to know who we are and can recognize us out, so we've got to start bringing in some more elite people, and this one here sort of has a little twist with that too.
And there again, this deals with child trafficking on an international level.
Right, and you know, of course, the current movie right now at the theaters is doing extremely well and bringing a lot of that to light. And the name of that movie's,
Something about freedom.
yeah, Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
So that'll be something that we'll be interviewing here hopefully shortly too.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see it on video here before long.
But needless to say, when this guy gets going as the youngster, it turns up the heat really quick.
He does.
You know, and Ruby Rose did a good job playing in it. So
And she's up and coming. We've seen her in several movies the last 18 months or so.
right, you know, what it is these younger actors were like, hey, you know, this is my time. I can jump out here and I'll work and take my chances during this stuff.
That's right. I'm not supposed to get as sick from it.
That's right. So, but hey, take a good look at it. We can't tell you a whole lot or we're going to give away too much of it.
But it is a good movie, high action, and I think people will enjoy it.
I do too.
Okay. Well, our third movie we're going to take a look at the trailer today is our oldie but goldie, I guess. And Dave and I both like sports movies. I don't know why, but I just love them. And this is the trailer for Remember the Titans.
You smiling. Why are you smiling?
Football's fun?
You think football is fun?
Yes, no.
No?
Certain, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not by now.
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
Zero fun, sir.
All right.
Coach Boone's school board made the decision to put you on my staff. I did not hire you.
Well, I came up here to coach it. I didn't ask to be assigned to your staff, so I guess we're both in a situation we don't want to be in.
If the team will play like that, we'll lose every game.
But I can guarantee you this, Coach. I come to win. We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. Get up, boy, get up, get up, get up.
Still weak on the left side.
We're not weak on the left side.
It's not the problem.
What is the problem?
I don't need you up on my face all the time.
I don't care if you like each other or not, but you will respect each other. I want you to tell me something about one of your teammates.
I'm rooming with Blue, sir. He wears those leopard-spotted underwears, bikini style, sir.
Okay, maybe somebody who's not your roommate. Each one of you will spend time every day with a different teammate.
Does the term cruel and unusual punishment mean anything to you?
If you lose a game, they'll fire you. One game, just like that.
Brother, don't you know me and your mama went out on the town last night. What did you say? What happened to you?
Man, I just gave your mama a piggyback ride and she weighs twice as much as I do.
What's going on?
We wanted to let you know we was gonna warm up a little different tonight.
We are the Titans, mighty Titans.
We're gonna let these people know who's gonna win state, right?
Right.
Right. Greek mythology, the Titans were greater even than the gods. We're gonna change the way we run. They ruled their universe with absolute power. We're gonna change the way we block. Well, that football field out there tonight, that's our universe. We're gonna change the way we win. We don't let anything, nothing, come between us. We are team.
That was a trailer for Remember the Titans, rated PG from Disney. This stars Denzel Washington and Will Patton. And if you look real close, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched this and it never, boom. That's Ryan Gosling with that long blonde hair in that movie from The Boy from California. Who knew?
Right. Well, you know, there was a lot of up-and-coming actors that come up in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and as we were talking before we got on the air, the soundtrack to this movie is almost another co-star.
Oh, yeah. And I love movies like that where they do such a powerful soundtrack. And you can sing along with them like you do in Remember the Titans.
That's true. And, you know, Remember the Titans was one of them movies that also brought about at the time that segregation was starting in schools, rivalries of, you know, communities coming together, even with the different races and things. And yet it ended up showing how, hey guys, if we work hard together, we're still going to get, you know, come out on top.
Well, you got to remember, this is based on true facts.
Oh,
you know, and we
definitely.
like those true story movies.
Right, and you know, that part in it where they're running and they're doing and then they come up on Arlington, that sort of, you know, brings it home on, guys, this is everything that, you know, people fought and died to put us together. So
Right.
Let's come together and let's win these games. Let's show these people that these other teams that we can work together. And, you know, golly, Denzel Washington getting the coaching position was a uproar in itself in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was like how many people wanted everything they could to make sure that he didn't succeed to pull that school down and him.
Oh, right. They had a lot of things working against them. But one of the places in this movie that really, I mean, it just makes cold chills on my arm. And it really shows how these young men come together. And they see this in the trailer is when on the field, they do that dance and sing "We Are the Titans."
Yeah.
That just gives me cold chill bumps every time I watch
you
it.
know, so, but this was one of them movies, you know, football season's here. Maybe even some of the football teams need to watch it to get themselves inspired.
Would be a good idea.
Together,
This would be a good inspirational film for football teams.
So, guys, even if we may be an underdog, we can still come out and show them that we're here.
Right.
You know.
Good idea, Dave.
Well, hey, you know, I think I heard on the news that Aaron Rodgers suffered a tear and is out for the season.
Oh, maybe that's who Kevin was talking about today. He said the New York guy.
But
that's not new. Did he switch teams that I don't know about it?
I'm not for sure. I just heard that Aaron Rodgers got a injury that put him out for the season.
Oh.
So.
Well,
so hey, everybody.
That's clear as mud.
Right. If you get a chance, probably it wouldn't hurt to send a prayer up for
That's
him.
right. He might need a prayer too.
That's right.
All righty. Now, our last movie for today is another one you may not have heard of, but has an excellent cast and tells a very good story of redemption. Let's take a look at the trailer on The Prisoner's Daughter.
Hello?
It's Dad. I'm getting out soon.
All we know is what we've been.
Maxine, table 8.
Mom, ask Dad for the money.
I'll handle it. I need money, Tyler.
Maybe if you let me see him, I might be a little more generous.
All we know is what we've been told.
In the time I have left, I would like to spend it with you.
I'll do it on one condition. You pay me rent.
My God, you're still so beautiful.
You're a tenant. That's it.
It'll be passed down to generations to come.
It's been ages since I've seen this place.
Look, it's a dump. Filled with bad memories.
I'm not that guy anymore.
From the fathers right down to the son.
I'm tired of being picked on all the time.
I'm gonna take you somewhere. You always have to protect yourself.
Big Daddy Bulldogs in town, huh? Think that's a good idea?
You're an addict, Tyler.
I'm gonna ask you one last time.
Or what? Don't come in here now like you're some hero, because you're not.
You can't stop me from seeing him.
No? Watch me.
I promise I will never let them harm you again. I know none of this will make up for who I was or what I did. But let me be your father for once.
Stop it! Get over here!
Why did you go to jail?
Which time?
Wait, how many times did you go to prison?
More than I care to remember.
That was a trailer on The Prisoner's Daughter, rated R from Vertical Films. This stars Kate Beckinsale and Brian Cox in our lead roles and tells a good story of people that just had a bad life and how it affects their family and the whole 9 yards.
And the young man in it, Isaiah, does a very wonderful job, and it normally falls into that with kids. But, you know, all of a sudden, the Brian Cox character, you know, calls his daughter and says, hey, I'm getting out of prison. Unfortunately, most of his life had been in prison, and knowing his daughter Maxine is not the thing that she really knows that much about her daddy, but she's in a bind.
Well, she's in a bind and she has hard feelings about her daddy because he was never there, but he's also dealing with illness.
Yes.
It's an early release for him.
And so there's an agreement cut. She comes, he cuts there. Well, you've got her also dealing with Isaiah's daddy, that is not the most pleasant individual. And then Isaiah's dealing with bullying at school and stuff. So Grandpa sort of takes on, let me help you out on how to defend yourself, and calls up some old friends and stuff, and teaches him to box and how to handle this and that. And needless to say, Grandpa sort of helps take care of some of the other problems that are about. Now, Isaiah also, though, his mama, thanks to the Isaiah's daddy, loses her job and things of that nature, and times are getting tighter and tighter for her, and they're tight already. Isaiah's on a medication and stuff that she's got to buy this expensive medicines and stuff, and Brian Cox's role in the movie as the grandfather and sort of I'm going to try to redeem myself the best I can with my daughter, even though it takes stepping back a little bit that he just as soon not do, but when it goes into the same thing with God as a bully. You mess with my daughter and you mess with my grandson, then we got a whole different outlook.
You mess with me.
Right. And hey, I don't have nothing to lose, But Brian Cox did a fantastic job. There's some ups and downs and some little lulls, but storyline, well written. It's not something that's just that we've not heard a little bit before, but this one takes it to the bonding levels and stuff. It almost, maybe if it didn't have a little bit of the language and a little bit of the violence that occurs just occasionally, you could almost say there's a faith base to it.
That's true. You could.
Hey, a lot of times in the Bible, there's a lot of violence anyway, so it could be faith-based even if there is violence.
That's right.
But a bond with 3 generations right there worked very, very well. And, we're seeing Kate Beckinsale doing a lot of sort of under the radar type movies.
Right.
And, the prison thing is always a good backdrop for a lot of movies. But I liked The Prisoner's Daughter. I liked God is a Bullet. So I liked all of them.
I did too, even though they're not A-list, what they call an A-list movie. They were all solid and a good movie.
That's right. So hopefully you will take a little bit out of your busy schedule of going to the fairs here at the Upper Cumberland. Come by and visit us. I don't know how many local video stores there are in the Upper Cumberland. But if not, just figure out somewhere to watch movies and
That's
be appreciated.
Right. We do. Well, that's Susie and Dave signing off from Reels to Rentals, and we hope to see you back next week.